What's up, idiot?
What's up, blood tooth?
We saw blood tooth mushrooms yesterday in the cemetery woods.
And they were creepy.
They were. I never saw them before. We did a lot of things yesterday. We had to pick up your dry cleaning. We went to get an oil change, and then like 75%.
Jesus Christ.
I know that was Toadie's flapping his toy. Then like 75% of the way, sounds like a chip bag. Anyway, like 75% of the way through the oil change, the guy comes over to the window and he's like, "Why is he in the back?"
Talking about me being in the back.
I don't even realize it anymore. And then I'm like, wait, we're in an oil change place and two guys are just changing my oil and Toad's in the front and you're in the back.
And then we went to Starbucks, and then we went to my bank, and then we went to the cemetery.
Yeah, we went to one of my favorite cemeteries, and it's got a creek down this like ledge. And we just decided that yesterday was the day to go trudge down there.
Adventure time.
Adventure time. So we saw the blood mushrooms. If y'all never seen them, Google bloody tooth mushrooms.
Blood tooth fungus.
Bloody tooth fungus. That's going to be the name of the episode.
It's also the story of my dental life.
But no, they literally look like they're bleeding. It's kind of fucking gross. And then people in the comment, I posted the video on our WooPod Instagram, and people were like, "Touch it." I'm like, gross. People, this is the thing. They were wondering if it would be like watery or sticky. It looks sticky.
It looks sticky.
Yeah. Gross.
I've never seen one in person. I've seen pictures of them, but I've never seen one in person before. No.
Do we need to go back and get them and grill them in a little thing?
The thing is they're not going to last very long. They go from looking like spooky blood tooth fungus, the name meaning what they look like, to just being like a brown fungus within a couple days. So they might not even be there like that right now.
You go from bloody to a brown fungus in 2 days.
I mean, it's taken me 50 years to go from a bloody tooth to a brown fungus.
So yeah, there was a creek down there, and me and Toad jumped in the creek and walked to the other side. Then we walked back. Then we're like, okay, we can go now.
Yeah, it was adventure time.
It was so fun. I gave him a bath when we got home.
How do you feel about that?
He was fine. He's staring at me right now. Yeah, you got a bath, remember? You remember it? You're nice and soft now.
I pointed out on our trip, our little daily adventuring the other day, I pointed out one of the things that I find most fulfilling about your character, and one of the things I love most of you about a friend, which is your over enjoyment and lack of concern for showing your over enjoyment for anything that tastes okay.
I will literally yell in a public place if something tastes good.
When we got Starbucks and you got your drink, that you handed me mine, and then we started to drive, and I thought in my head, I can't wait until she takes her first sip and then screams, "Yum!"
And what did I do?
You took one sip and screamed, "Yum! This is so good!" Which I have seen you do with like ice water with lemon in it.
Literally nothing. I know. Because I get so hungry or thirsty, or I like dream of something all day or all week, and then I get it and I'm like, yeah, yum.
So excited. And then we forgot to get Taco Bell.
I know. Then we were going to get Teebs on the way home. We fucking forgot the Teebs. So I ate home food. I ate home food today too. Blown it.
I ate Thai food today.
Yum. I was thinking yesterday too, like I had my tattoo studio, like regular, semi-regular, whatever, health department inspection, which kind of are scary because they could literally just walk in and be like, no, you can't operate anymore. So it's like, I know I'm not doing anything wrong, but they're still stressful. So I was like, I started this day being a business owner, and I ended this day looking at bloody mushrooms down a fucking ledge in a cemetery. I'm like, life's pretty good.
It's not that bad.
You went, speaking of spooky outings, you went to St. Aug's.
I did. I flew down with Strange Escapes I flew into Orlando, and then went to St. Augustine to investigate the spooky lighthouse and do a lecture. And it was very fun. The adventure time, John. Fly to Orlando, get there, get to the hotel, unpack, realize I don't have short sleeve shirt, shorts, sandals, or sunglasses. So I'm there, it's like 95 degrees, 100% humidity. So I walk through the parking lot of the hotel. I find a place that's called like Food and Gift Especial. And then I walked inside and I bought a short sleeve shirt and shorts and sandals and sunglasses. And then I was off to Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
I'm so jealous.
And I got to walk through all the spooky rides, and Amy Bruni had to hold onto the back of my shirt and scream and yell, no, 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 the whole time. Because I would do this thing because I knew she was behind me. So like if I went around a corner, I'd take like 7 or 8 steps real fast to get far away from her. And then I could hear her behind me going, no, 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 no.
You said, okay, all the different houses there had a theme. There was like a Halloween house and a whatever from different horror movies. And you said there was a disgusting bug house that like, we'll say what happens when you go in it.
Well, the bug house was my favorite because it was like, it was catered toward like 1950s and 60s sci-fi. So like it wasn't people dressed up like Brundlefly from Jeff Goldblum's The Fly. It was people in like giant fly heads with giant fly claws from the 1950s. And then there was a room that was just totally black, like a hallway. And they must have had like, I don't know, we tried to figure it out when we walked through it. It felt like it probably had like just millions of strings hanging down from the ceiling. So when you walked through, it just felt like there were ants and spiders all over your arms and face and head. And like as you ran, it just got worse as you went through it. That was my favorite.
That would be my least favorite, first of all. I don't need to feel like things are around me. And then, but Dana said that Amy said that they pipe or put coyote pee in that fucking house so that the whole thing smells like fucking cat pee.
Yeah.
That's so fucking gross.
Yeah. And then there was, well, the thing that was super cool was there was this one that was supposed to be like the seaboard or like a pirate ship or something like that. But like it was super cool. It was so beautiful inside. Like, and there was stuff that if you weren't looking around, you would have missed it. Like when we first walked into this one room, you could hear a violin playing, and then you look and like 30 feet up away from you on top of this old building is a woman dressed as a ghost, literally playing violin, like on top of it was like so fucking cool and beautiful. And that was an awesome one.
I was talking to Adam Berry last night, and he said, because they stuck around and they went to Universal and Disney, or no, they went to Disney. Anyway, he said that him and Ben were on the Haunted Mansion ride, and this thing came over the speakers and it says, there's been an intrusion at Ghost House. There's been an intrusion at Ghost House. And they're like, what the fuck does that mean? So I guess when they got off, Ben Googled it, and it either means that someone's like jumped off the ride and like broken the experience and like went into the scenery, or it means someone has sprinkled somebody's ashes in there and they have to clean it up.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I've never thought of that before.
Yeah, it was fun though, and there was lots of screaming to be had and lots of fun. And then, let's see, Amy and Dana took a break because Greg and I and Aaron wanted to go on the super crazy roller coaster ride that shoots you straight up in the air and then plunges you straight down and spins you upside down. It was crazy. It was great.
Hate it.
It made my back feel so good because I just pulled out everything from everywhere.
Just cracked your back backwards.
Loved it. And then the next day, drove to St. Augustine. Yeah, hung out with guests and some pates and went to the lighthouse, and they stuck me outside where it was 1,000,000 degrees and humid and bugs and cockroaches falling out of the trees. And
did you go up in the lighthouse?
Yeah.
Was it scary?
I mean, it's, a lighthouse. We have a lot of them in Michigan.
Yeah, but that one's like one of the most haunted places in the country.
I don't feel that way sometimes when I go to places. Sometimes there's so many people around and there's so much going on and there's so much I have to think about. I don't even it doesn't even cross my path that I'm going into a spooky place. It's just that I'm in a historic place.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't get pushed down a spiral staircase in a lighthouse.
Me too.
Toad is making so much noise in the background. It's not that he's barking, he's just like huffing and puffing and drinking water.
There was one night too, the spookiest thing was there was one night too where I did that Tenney thing where I would I'm just going to walk out to the beach. I know it's 3:00 in the morning and no one's around. And then I walked out to the beach at 3:00 in the morning and was letting the water lap at my ankles. And I was like, I can go in a little bit further. And then I was up to my knees. I could start to feel the riptide on my legs. And I was like, this is maybe not a great idea. Because if I slip and fall, people will be like, Tenney's gone.
And there's sharks.
Oh, I'm not worried about the sharks.
I am.
I mean, I'm going into their house. If they eat me, that's my fault for going in their house.
Exactly.
But you're not supposed to go to the beach at night. For anybody listening, don't go to the beach at 3 o'clock in the morning by yourself. I know too. I just like to do it.
So while you were gone, I had to go to the Barbarian screening all by myself.
Ugh.
And it was really good.
Now that's about the 2 twin muscle builder brothers.
No, what is that about?
Oh, I'm thinking of the 1985 movie Barbarians.
You're stupid.
Where there were 2 twin muscle workout brothers who, you don't remember that film?
No. I don't remember that.
It's like right after Conan came out, the movie studios were trying to jump on like Conan, and they found these 2 twin brothers who were like muscle builders, and they put them in this movie called Barbarians.
I see enough muscle men on my fights every weekend. I gotta watch horror movies sometimes.
Yes, but you loved Barbarian.
I loved it. It was so fucking weird. And then when you got home from the airport from St. Aug's, you came straight to my house, and I gave you the most chaotic fucking rundown of the entire movie because you made me.
Yep.
Like, you are the only person on earth who doesn't care about spoilers. And I said, Tenney, I'm not spoiling it for you. Let's just go see it. And you're like, I will Google the fucking ending right now. You tell me the whole movie. And I told you the whole movie.
Yep. Now I want to see it.
It's so good. It's so fucking weird. Like, whatever y'all think you know from the artwork and the name, it's not what you think it is. And it's so fucking weird. And it's good. And I won't say anymore because A, you should go into it blind. And B, Adam Berry said that he doesn't like our movie reviews.
He says you spoil him too much.
Yeah, I don't, first of all. And second of all, he said that he doesn't even want to know if we liked it or not because that's like a review. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry.
I like to know the whole movie.
That's weird to me. I really told you, I swear I took like 20 minutes. I told you the whole movie.
I would, if I could have a John Tenney world that I ruled, all movies would start off as books, and I would be allowed to read the book before I saw the movie.
Well, and I was proud of myself because I never make sense, and then you and then you Googled it and it said like exactly what I said.
Yes.
So I was proud of myself for once.
Yes.
In my life. And the director / writer has been very active on Twitter. We have said shit back and forth to each other. And then my MMA friend Shoshana tweeted the other day, and it wasn't even a tag. She didn't even tag him, and she didn't hashtag the movie. She just wrote, "Is Barbarian good? Should I go see it?" And then he said in the comments, like, or no, she said, "Is it about demons?" And then he wrote in the comments, "No, it's not about demons." And then she's like, and then I see her other comments, and she's like, "Some guy who I think worked on the movie said it's not about demons." And I commented back, I'm like, "That's the fucking writer director, and he just literally answered you out of nowhere." And she's like, "Oh." So that guy's all up in Twitter looking at the word Barbarian. So he better find our podcast after I post. I don't know what that was. And I saw him do a podcast the other day, somebody's podcast, and the podcast on Twitter only had like 200 followers. So maybe he'll come on our fucking show.
And the whole movie takes place in a horrible part of Michigan, and you were in that horrible part of Michigan.
Oh my God, it does. That's what was so funny because it's set in Detroit, and then there was a couple different like inside Detroit jokes in the movie that was making the audience laugh, which I don't think would get the laugh out of the audience in other states. But anyway, so I bought this thing off Facebook Marketplace the other day while you were gone, and I don't know why I didn't even think about where it was. I don't know why I thought this town was somewhere else, but I get there, I'm like 75% of the way there, and I stop. I'm like, I have like two hands on the wheel, and in my head I go, Tenney would be so fucking mad I was here by myself. It like flashed in my head, and I had the dog in the car. I'm like, but I'm too far now. I'm not going to turn back. And I already paid on Venmo. I just had to get it off their porch. So, and then we Googled where the movie was supposed to be, and it was literally a block away from where I was.
So you almost actually had an experience, a horror movie experience.
Maybe, yeah, but it was sketchy. I shouldn't have went by myself. But I got the thing, and it's very cool.
What was the thing?
That was a plant hanger. It's a big, crazy.
You said it like it was secret.
Well, I know, because it's crazy. It's a big 5-foot long plant hanger / lamp. It's the best. It's 70s fucking nonsense.
Just filling your house up with shit to sell at an estate sale after you die.
It is fine.
Buy for joy.
Buy for joy. Oh, and then I was on while you were gone too, or I don't know if you were gone, but I did. Our friend Todd Purse, who is like an awesome illustrator on Instagram. He draws like whimsical aliens and cartoony guys and talks about weirdness and ghosts and stuff. Anyway, he has a podcast, and I did his podcast, and it was really fun. And guess what he told me on there?
What did he tell you?
He lives in Delaware, and he said there's a story there about he's called the Delaware Catman. So I guess while this guy was alive, he was like a cemetery worker, and he looked like a cat. Like he had very feline features, whatever that means. Like I don't know how you look like a cat, but anyway,
Big eyes.
yeah, so now the guy died, and apparently if you go to the cemetery, you see the Catman. So like he's not known as like a ghost, he's known as almost like a cryptid now, like a Catman.
I want to see a Catman.
I know, me too. I want to go there. And supposedly, like, I forget what he said, but there was something about, like, oh, if you do a certain thing or, like, knock on a certain wall in the cemetery, the Catman will disable your car for, like, 20 minutes and then it'll come back on. And then he was like, this has not happened to anyone that I know, but that's just what they say.
You know what I'm laughing at?
What? What?
There are so many times when you say, and then he said, well, I don't remember. And then you continue to tell what you don't remember for like 5 minutes.
Because my brain is on delay, bro. It's like the little wheel of death is spinning in the middle of the screen, and then it like catches up to my excitement. My brain has
It's just such a funny thing when you're like, and then, well, I don't remember. So I went into the place, and then you tell the story of the thing you don't remember.
I'm only like halfway there when I start a story, and then I get there. I take a detour, and then I get there at the end. Anyway, do you want to know another fucked up thing that I found out?
Yeah, of course.
Have you ever heard of tonsil stones?
No.
Oh my god. It's fucking nightmare fuel, bro. I've never heard of them in my life. Some people get tonsil stones. Google it. This is what you're gonna do, people listening. You're gonna Google, what are they called? Blood tooth fungus. And tonsil stones. Bro. Okay, like at the back of the roof of your mouth, people get these like rocks in their fucking mouth. They're like white and they go into holes in the top of your mouth and you have to dig them out with a fucking little thing.
So they're like not as good teeth?
Yeah, they kind of do look like teeth, but they're like they're like balls. They're like round, like a hail. They look like hail in the back of your fucking mouth.
Are they as hard as teeth?
They look like, I don't know. I literally don't know what they are or what they're made of because I looked at the pictures and I was so fucking, you see those weird pictures online where people have the whole roof of their mouth is teeth and you're like, what the fuck? It's like that, but it's like in the back there's like these bumps that they grow in these holes in your mouth and you have to get it out of the
when I was a little kid I started to get shark teeth.
You did?
Yeah, I had my canines, my front two sharp canine teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Once my adult ones came in, another set started to come in behind them.
Gross.
So I almost had like a 4-row just of my canines. It was like a double vampire.
I was going to say, that's your vampire teeth. You ripped them out. You fucked up.
I know.
No, you're not a vampire.
But they would have been coming through the roof of my mouth. They wouldn't have been like in my jaw, so they pulled them out.
That's like a can opener. You would have been.
Vampire can opener.
Yeah, it's fine. I want you to see the stones so bad. They're so fucking gross. They look like little golf balls growing. Like, I don't even understand how the mouth indent gets there for the little things to go in. It looks like when you're playing pinball and there's a hole and then the ball falls in the hole. That's what it looks like. They're like in a hole. Why?
Yeah. It's probably some kind of calcium thing.
Yeah.
Just digs through the flesh and makes its own little home.
I think it is. It's so gross. And it's not like 1 or 2. It's like fucking 10. Some people had like a bunch of them. It looks painful. I fucking hate it. I hate when I find out about things I don't want to know about and then.
Like body stuff?
Yes. And I have to tell other people because I can't deal with it myself. I don't like body stuff.
I know you don't like weird body stuff.
No.
You don't like those big, what are those things called when people get like, remember we were talking about bezoars before in deer and in cow, they have those stones in them?
Yeah.
When people get those things in them they're all like hair and teeth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I had one. They thought I had one.
Yeah.
But it's not that.
Would have been cool to have though.
I know, it's not that. It's endometriosis. But I wish I had a hair nail twin in my stomach.
Hair, nail, tooth twin?
Yeah. Bloody tooth fungus twin stomach guy. Do you want to know another thing that I found out that circles back to shit that we talked about before?
I can't stop you from telling me.
I know I have a lot. We haven't talked. You were gone all weekend and you called me like the first and second day you were gone and then you didn't call me ever again and I had stuff to tell you.
And it was great.
I know you tweeted the other day that you try and think of ways to not talk to me. That was so mean. I was like, cool. Cool. But no, I read an article that said, because everybody knows that the Queen died by now. Oh, if not, spoiler fucking alert, the Queen of England died. But I read that the royal beekeeper had to tell the Queen's bees that she died.
Yeah, you got to tell the bees when their keeper dies.
Yeah, it said, and then I read about it and it said in Celtic mythology, honeybees were regarded as messengers between our world and the spirit realm. You must always tell them any important family news. This is an ancient European custom and not exclusive to the royal family.
Yeah, I've known beekeepers. I learned that a long time ago. I knew some beekeepers up in northern Michigan, and whenever like someone, even when someone left the job, like when they would hire new people, the owner of the bees who had been there the longest, the person who had been working with the bees the longest, would have to go and explain to them that they were gone and not coming back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, so wait, maybe the bees moved into my porch because they want to hear my news all the time. They just want to hear a little chit chat.
They just want to hear some chit chat. They
Yeah.
did show up after we started the podcast. Maybe they're
I
just
know.
big fans.
So now if I have any news, I got to go outside and tell the bees.
Yep.
All right. I never knew that before.
Lots of weird stuff like that. That's why I love weird stuff like that.
I know. That's why we talk. Do you want to know what else I heard?
You don't have to ask me if I want to know. Just tell me.
I
I don't, but I'm going to listen to it anyway.
I read yesterday that they're opening a witchcraft bar in Hamtramck. It's going to be called the Black Salt.
Okay.
And they're making cocktails that focus on metaphysical and homeopathic properties, drinks that conjure prosperity, attraction, that break hexes, blah, 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 blah. It should be open in November, hopefully.
Is it going to be as cool as the Royal Oak Psychic place that I just showed you?
Oh my God, that was the worst place I've ever seen.
Like 2 chairs, a table, and a giant cracked in half geode with an amethyst inside of it.
It looked like, when you go to a department store and you go in the bathroom and the bathroom has that like sitting area and you're like, why is all this in it? Like a lounge? Like that's what it looked like. And it just got there. And the store that was in there before was so packed full of shit that like even more jarring that it's just empty.
Yeah. And that someone is probably paying $2,000 to $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
Do psychic readings out of your house. Save the money.
Yeah. Nobody's going to go there.
Well, I mean, you can get a life reading for, I think the sign on the door said like $250.
No.
You know what? I can do a life reading for you too. I can do a life reading for everybody right now. If you got $250 to spend on a life reading, you're doing okay.
Yep. Yep. That's all you need to know. Oh, but yeah, the witchcraft bar, I hope it's cool. They had, it's not even like started. They had like sketches. It kind of looked like, have you ever been to the Oakland?
Yes.
It kind of looked like that. Like it's going to be dark and vampire-y kind of.
Yeah. And instead of like fixing the walls, to just hang sheets all over the place.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see if it's actually, which I don't know the girl who's opening it, but it looks like we have mutuals, but we'll see.
Can I just tell you, whenever I go to a bar or a restaurant and it's one of those places that has sheets hanging over the walls, the only thing I can think of is how dirty those sheets are.
Well, you forgot to say about the part in the Halloween Horror Nights where you had to go through the sheets and run away.
Oh, yeah. That was in the Michael Myers Halloween house.
Mm-hmm.
You walk past the front of the house, and then when Michael starts to chase you, you have to run down like between 2 houses, but there's laundry hanging. So you have to like keep moving the sheets out of the way. You know that someone's coming up behind you or standing in front of you, but you can't see.
That is a nightmare right there. That's the scariest part of those movies. That's so scary.
The other cool thing about it that I didn't mention is that like for some of those, like in the Halloween house, for the crazy on the seas pirate one that I was talking about, those are inside actual sound stages. So like those are working sound stages that they close for Halloween and build the haunts inside of them. So who knows what movies have been made in those places. As someone who like loves movies, like it's cool to be inside. When you look up, if there's light enough, you look up, you can see like the giant roof of the sound stage above you.
Dang.
Yeah, super cool.
That is cool. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it looks like I do not like haunted houses. I will walk in a fucking insane asylum that's abandoned. I'll walk in a jail, but I don't like fake haunted houses. I don't want anybody to touch me. I don't like jump scares. I don't like the dark. But
I'll tell you the one thing that I'm sure it has to happen for legal reasons. It somewhat bummed me out because you probably could have thought of a better way, but I'm sure that Universal, having money, has figured out that it just has to be this way, which is legitimately every time you turn or corner or get to the end of a hallway, like there is a person in a Universal Studios shirt and pants, like standing there watching, making sure like no one is hurt or punches the people who jump out for jump scares. So I mean, that takes you very much out of the moment.
True. But yeah, that sucks. But what looks cute was like when y'all were walking the streets part, it was like it almost looked like New Orleans. It was like a spooky parade kind of.
Yeah, they do all the streets up, and they have one of the things that Amy hated was you have randomly, like, there's people just who work for Universal Studios, obviously dressed up like monsters walking around, but some of them have chainsaws.
Yeah.
And so you're just walking, and all of a sudden behind you, like, like the chainsaw starts up. And that's pretty freaky.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah. And then the scariest thing, you can walk through the Universal Studios tribute to Jimmy Fallon.
What? at Halloween Horror Nights? Is that serious?
Yeah, because everything's open that's normally at Universal Studios. So at one point we walked through there, and I was like, this is the scariest part of the whole thing. Giant pictures of Jimmy Fallon all over the place.
I saw some shitty post on Twitter the other day because there was something the other night where a lady won a Emmy, and it was like her moment, and Jimmy Kimmel was laying on the floor and he wouldn't fucking move. And in the comments, everybody was like, Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, like the least funniest guys ever born, or something. Like they were just going in on both of them. I was like, dang.
Oh, you know what else I just remembered?
What?
Because we were with Mr. Florida, King of Florida, Aaron Sagers.
Oh,
Aaron knows all the tricks and tips. So we're walking, and obviously there's just like thousands of people everywhere going to the haunted houses. Mm-hmm. And I think there was a moment where Aaron like realized Dana was with us, and Dana loves Harry Potter. And so we literally just like turned down a sidewalk, and we were in Harry Potter land. Like all these Harry Potter buildings and like a giant dragon on top of a building. And then we went on a Harry Potter ride where like took us down in the bank vault, and there was dragons, and the dragon spit water on us. It was crazy.
Did you go in the wand store?
We did go in that store, yeah.
I'm jealous.
It was pretty amazing.
Does that make you want to watch the Harry Potter movies now?
Not at all.
You have to watch them.
Dana said that I would enjoy the books.
Well, you would enjoy the movies too.
Well, I will see about that.
I'm jealous of that too. I want to see that. I want to see that giant dragon someday.
I wanted to go to, I wanted to go to it, but then we just didn't have time. What was it? I can't remember now. There was something I saw, but we just didn't, or it was closed. Oh, it was, they had a SpongeBob SquarePants land, but it was closed.
Cute.
But I wanted to go to SpongeBob land.
I would have wanted to do that too.
Yeah, but it was night, so it was closed.
Wow.
Wah.
Did you go to Wonderworks or anything?
What's that?
It's like a place on the main road that goes to Disneyland. There's like a or Disney World, whichever one it is.
The answer is no.
There's a Ripley's and there's a Wonder World or I think it's called Wonder World.
The answer for me is no. I believe Greg and Dana went to the Ripley's.
Yeah, it's fun.
And then there's another there that's like a ripoff of Ripley's, and it's in a building that's upside down.
That's Wonder World.
Oh, that's Wonder World. There you go.
Yeah, that one's cool as fuck.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
as we were driving, I saw a building that was upside down.
Yeah, it looks like the White House or something, but it's upside down.
Yes. But I did go to Food and Gifts Especial, so I count that as a win.
Yeah, what'd you get me?
Nothing. I didn't get you nothing.
Cool.
You don't deserve fucking presents. What did you do for me lately?
Every time I go anywhere, you ask me what I got you.
And what'd you get me every time you go somewhere?
I get you stuff. I do.
Here's a dirt.
Here's a dirt.
Here's a dirt. Here's a grass. That's your gift for being my friend.
I feel like I got you something recently. What was it? I don't remember. We always give each other shit. Like, always. I went to my dad's while you were gone, too, to have dinner, hang out. You know how, I don't know if you've ever met him, or maybe you've met him like once. I don't fucking know, or twice. But you get the idea from my stories about my dad that like me and him are like the same person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got divorced. So sometimes his friends try and set him up and shit. So anyway, he was I forget who was telling me this. I think it was my little sister or my brother wasn't there. So it was my little sister telling me the story that one of my dad's friends showed him this lady that he might possibly like on their phone and was like, whatever, do you want to hang out with her? And I guess my dad was like, no. And then he goes, she has a dinosaur neck. And when I heard that, I was like, I've never heard more positive proof that me and my dad are the same person, because I would say some shit like that. And I don't even know what that means. In my head, I'm like, does that mean it's like saggy or is it like long?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know.
Or does it mean it's scaly?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no clarity on the situation, but I know that the words "she has a dinosaur neck" would come out of my mouth. Every time I go over there, I get the best stories. My
So
family's
funny.
so weird. I know. They're the best. Oh, Toad is gassing me the fuck out right now.
What did you feed him today?
Gas monkey. Nothing. He ate his dog food and some treats. That's it.
Maybe it's because he drank some of that stream water from the cemetery.
I know he's stinky. Stink. We gotta go to UFO Con next weekend.
UFO Con next weekend.
Oh, you know, my landlord at my work today told me, not my landlord, but my property manager, she said she likes spooky shit. She's going to Bruce Mansion next week.
Yeah.
And she told me that she went to a medium recently and they told her that 2 small children follow her around. I'm like, that's cool. At least it's not like a guy with an axe or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
It's interesting. I wonder why they do that.
Oh, no. I don't want to know who she went to around here. Like, maybe she went to the Royal Psychic.
Maybe she did.
Oh, my God. I have to ask her.
You should ask her. Because I'm telling you right now, if you're paying that much money to go to that type of place, they're going to tell you some shit that you'll talk about with other people just to make it worth your money while.
Oh, my God. If that's where she went, this will be a real full circle moment. Because where else would she go? She works right around here. It's like, oh, I'm gonna ask her tomorrow. I told her we were going to UFO Con. Literally everybody that I've told about UFO Con since is like, we have a UFO convention. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the 3rd or 4th year.
Yeah, we have a wedding to go to.
Yeah, and then I'm in Nebraska the weekend after that for Haunted Heartland.
And then we have to be on the radio.
Oh, I have to do the radio tomorrow.
You do?
Well, I mean, I have to do it Connor Habib's show tomorrow.
Oh, fun. What are you going to talk about?
He's pairing up past guests together so that they can have discussions. So
That's interesting.
yeah, but I have this weekend off. That's pretty exciting.
Well, we're going to Zealand Ardor on Sunday.
Oh shit, right. You're right about that.
We're going to headbang our faces off.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking we should make them a gift bag.
I mean, we could if we wanted to, but I'm sure they don't want to carry stuff around.
No, just a baby one. I was thinking you could put some Fate magazines in it so they could have it to like read. I don't know. And then I was going to put some pins in it and we could put whatever in there.
I mean, we could if you want to.
I really get the feeling there's going to be nobody there.
I mean, you can if you want to. I don't get that feeling. I mean, if you watch Zealand Ardor's live shows online, like they're always as packed as they were at Loving Touch, and even more so now.
Okay, well.
Saturday you have fights, right?
Yeah.
And I've got nothing, which means that I am just going to lay on the floor in my house for the entirety of Saturday.
Well, you can do that if you get this up first.
Oh, I'll have this up. I'll have this up tomorrow, Friday.
I've heard that before.
I'll do it.
Don't promise people to get stuff up.
I'll
They'll always be disappointed.
listen. Dirty mouth. Listen, dirty mouth. The joke that always comes up with whether it's like in St. Augustine is when someone says like, can I take your picture? And then I like, can you take a picture with me? And I always say, yeah, anything you want. And then always 2 or 3 times someone will say, anything I want? And then I go, no, not anything you want.
And then you're like,
They're just being silly.
I know. People are silly. We've been getting such nice messages lately, and we got 2 of the nicest Apple reviews ever.
I'll have to start reading them.
Hang on, let me bring up.
Oh my God. Are you going to read to me?
I just want you to hear, because plus people can leave us reviews if they want to, because we read them all. I read them all. Obviously, you don't read anything, but it helps us get visibility.
I save them up.
You save them up?
I save them up, and then I like read them like a book in one day.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to make a book of these. Okay. Wait.
Here comes Jessica reading.
I know it's going to be bad. Okay. Now, I'm not usually one of those fancy podcast listeners, but at the start of this year, I stumbled into the wonderful weirdness of Tenney and Jess. Their dynamic is precious and golden, a lighthouse in the otherwise stormy seas of content often put out by paranormal enthusiasts. Not only does their memorable, infectious banter normalize the strange magic we may routinely find in our lives, it welcomes it warmly and encourages a positive curiosity in their listeners. What's Up Weirdo is laugh out loud dose of media medicine that so many of us need. Thank you for being yourselves, and thank you for showing us just how being yourself can be its own service to the universe. Is that like the nicest thing you've ever heard in your fucking life?
Super nice and too wordy.
Oh, listen, you're critiquing. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm gonna kill you. We're never gonna get a review again. People are gonna write what you write. Penny, it's fine. You're so stupid. You're so stupid.
Imagine if every review was just, this is for me.
It's for me. Jessica's cool. Tenney's kind of an asshole.
I don't know why I think that's so funny that I critiqued such a nice
I know,
review.
it's so you. It's the essence of you, just curmudgeon ass. So
It's
fun.
the best laugh I've had in days.
I know.
Someone being honestly sweet with me and me just cutting it apart.
I know. I don't even want to read you the other one. I'm not reading you the other one.
Please don't.
The only time you laugh is that when you hear nice things about yourself and when you make a meme of yourself as a skeleton on a bicycle. Oh, God.
That was a good laugh.
It was.
That's how I deal. I laugh through my tears.
Yeah.
I hide my emotions with laughter. That was a very nice review.
It was very nice. I know. I screenshot it. I was proud of it.
We all deal with our emotions in different ways.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's no wrong way to deal with your emotions. However you need to deal with them. Now I'm going to ride my bike to go and get cigarettes.
I'm probably going to walk the dog because he's crazy. And
fill up the neighborhood with dog farts.
Seriously, right after I said it, it got even worse. And we have to do another What's Up Weirdo live soon because everybody loved it. And we thought of more guests that we want to have.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we'll do a Christmas one.
November. Yeah, that's good. Because we're too busy coming up. Yeah. Yeah, let's do a Christmas one. That'll be cute.
Yeah. And then if people come in, they'll have their little lights behind them and stuff. And I'll wear a Santa hat.
Cute. Is that cute? It'll be What's Up Weirdo and Winter Wonderland Friends live.
Something like that.
What's up? Hey.
Jesus Christ.
He's rummaging in my books. I feel like there's stuff I'm forgetting to tell you, but I'll just tell you next time.
Okay. That's it?
I think so. All
right.
Squeaky pants.
Is it cold out?
It is kind of cold out.
All right. I just don't know if I could wear a sweater to ride my bike.
These are things you'll just have to figure out on your own. You're on your own, okay?
Guess what I got today, though?
What?
I requested that Venmo send me a Venmo card.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, that way I can use the money.
Yeah, then you can have a card.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm Tenney coming into the fucking 90s.
Oh, my God. Listen, you guys, Tenney goes to a credit union and his bank card doesn't have a Visa or MasterCard on it. It's just a bank card that you have to use at that bank and you can't do anything else with it or your own money.
That is true.
Like it's 1981.
One of the reasons that you had to take me to the bank this week to show you how antiquated my banking system is because I had to verify my bank account with Venmo because you know how they do like a couple cents in and a couple cents out, right? So I had to go to the bank to find out what that number was because I couldn't like go online or call in and find out what those numbers were.
That is unreal. Unreal. That gives me a headache. I have a headache now.
And I'm going to get a new phone next month.
Oh, shit.
I know. Things are happening.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you're not going to answer it or text anybody back, so.
Maybe it'll be better.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Maybe I'll be excited to have a new phone.
And then you'll just be the message lord?
I don't talk about this, but listen, just really quickly before we go. When my phone is off and then I unlock it by doing my pattern, before my phone like screen comes up, like it takes like maybe 5 to 10 seconds after I do that pattern that I just hold it and nothing happens. And then like 5 or 1, 2, like then my screen comes up. Then I can like answer the call. Even if a phone is ringing, like that's how old my phone is. So that's one of the reasons I don't like using it.
I still don't think there's be any change in your behavior, but I like that you're optimistic about that happening.
I have a positive outlook.
Good. Great. Can we run that phone over with my car when we're done?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
We can do it for the Pates.
Let's do it for the Pates.
I'll let you smash it with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
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 All right, I'm all done now.
I'm done too.
All right, go take that monster on a walk.
He's not a monster. He's a sweet baby.
I know, baby.
Kelsey taught me today that a French term that we should learn is un petit chou, which means little cabbage. But I guess it's a term of endearment when you say it over there, and it's supposed to be my sweetheart. She's like, call Toad un petit chou. It means sweetheart. And then I don't believe anybody when they talk, so I Googled it. I'm like, that's not what it means. She goes, no, it translates to cabbage, but trust me, it means sweetheart. I'm like, okay, bro. But she's right, because I Googled it. So, little cabbage.
All right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, probably.
Okay, that sounds fine.
All right. Good night, Toad.
Good night, Toady Pants. Toad Man. Say bye. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.